What happens when we fall in love with an illusion? In Greek mythology, Narcissus wasted away because he was so attracted to his own reflection. He spent hours staring at his reflection in the pool, completely captivated by an image that was not real. In the end, he wastes his whole life just staring at an illusion of himself. Narcissus' reflection was in water, but ours appears on screens. Just like Narcissus, we risk becoming trapped by these illusions, except that these illusions are created by social media. This is not just a problem that affects a small group of people. By replacing depth with frequency, social media affects nearly all of us. From teenagers tracking likes to families staring at the dinner table. Screens often stand in for connection, but can never replace the bond of face-to-face interactions. According to The Guardian, if social media is an addiction machine, the addictive behavior it is closest to is gambling, a rigged lottery. We are wasting away like narcissists, caught in illusions of connections that are not real. And that's the problem. So today, just like the myth Narcissus, we'll examine how these screens trick us into believing reflection is connection. Second, the attention that traps us behind our screens, the harms they cause, and how we break free. Narcissus was the real charming character of his time, trapped by his reflection in water. If Narcissus had a cell phone in 2026, he would notice that he is even more dazzling and become even more obsessed with himself. And that's my first concern. Social media convinces us that illusions are real connections. This obsession now isn't just about appearance. It's about how we connect with others. Social media platforms, such as Instagram, give us the illusion of being close to many others online. One heart, one short, you're an absolute diva in the comments, makes us think that our relationship with other people is growing. These shallow interactions online feel like relationships, but in reality, there are more digital illusions than real conversations. In fact, a Pew Research Study Center found that 59% of teens reporting that online interactions are not as meaningful as face-to-face conversations. We start to think that the nail painting emoji sent by a classmate you haven't talked to in months is a sign of closeness, or that a slay comment is that it's not even from real people, but bots hoping you keep gambling for attention. Just like how Narcissus couldn't look away from his own reflection, we too are addicted to the reflection on our phone screens. And it's not always just our lack of control. These platforms are fighting for our attention, designing, shaping, and studying us every single day to keep us coming back for more, mimicking the same techniques as slot machines. We tap, scroll, comment, and refresh, hoping to see how many likes we've won. And our brains tells us we have. We tell ourselves it builds relationships, but really it builds addiction. We don't want to just be seen, but keep up. And that's the real problem. Social media is built on reward loops that keep us from coming back for more. And none of this is accidental. Tech companies hire psychologists to design features that hijack our brains. Autoplay, street counters, infinite scroll. Take Molly Russell, a 14-year-old from the UK who died after being shown endless self-harm posts. Her father said she was trapped in a dark world the platform helped create. The biggest harm of all of this is that if we don't solve the problem, we lose ourselves, along with all our creativity and abilities that make us truly social and connected. Humanity. Real communications and deep conversations slowly disappear behind our screens, and we lose the true hearts that we have in ourselves. And when we see that we spent hours every day just staring at a screen, we realize that we have slowly drifted from the real world. The people, the conversations that matter more than virtual comments or likes. This is not just sad, it's dangerous. Families gather around the dinner table silently since everyone is just staring down at their phones. Realistic communication soon dissolves into virtual reality that breaks down true relationships and what makes us a community. The frequent use of social media may lead to these depressing results, but there is still hope for us to reconnect. So, what can we do? The truth is, fixing this problem doesn't just start with deleting every app. It begins with us. We need to take back control of our time and attention from these digital traps. First, we should learn to be more intentional about how we use social media. According to Harvard Health Publishing, even short digital detox periods, like phone-free dinners or screen-free weekends, can improve focus, strengthen relationships, and reduce stress. These short breaks can help us return into real-life communications and step back from the real world. Second, we should learn to break the reward loops before these applications control us. This means that we can push back against addictive loops by planning how we'll use apps ahead of time, resisting impulses in the moment, and treating our phone like a tool rather than a reflex. But Narcissus' story doesn't have to be ours. We can still look up. We can still pull ourselves away from the digital reflection that traps us in our everyday lives. We can choose to turn to someone we care about instead of the face of digital screens. Thank you.